So, I mentioned in my last video that I was going to do a separate video in regards to my interview, and here I am. This video is going to be mainly about my time in London, my interview for TUI. I am going to be a kids rep from June to the end of October. I'm going to get into like the entire interview and how it went, what to expect, how to act, and just all of that really. If you are looking to apply for TUI for a kids rep position, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I would mention about the position is I got a email in regards to getting to the stage of an interview. I had to pre-plan an activity. I will insert like a little picture here. We had to basically show the storybook to the group of people we were with and act as if they were children, and we had to tell them realistically. No.
What? Realistically? Am I good?
Oh, what's wrong with me? Why can't I talk? Why can't I talk? So no, okay, so after the email, you had to get a book and you had to read it out in front of the group you were with. They had to act as if they were the children and run off the idea of interacting with one-on-one, just to show how you yourself interacts with, well, children. So that was our pre-planned activity. Yours might be different, but they will ask you to pre-plan an activity and you will have to present it on the day. Okay, so that's one thing. I don't know if I still have that. Let me look. I might be able to get a picture up that I sent to one of my friends of what the session details look like. Oh my god. Sorry about the camera change. I had to because my phone like fell and I had to readjust, and also you can't really see my hair. It was like blocking most of my face out. I'm sorry. This will do for now. If you are looking to become, you know, a kids rep, it is not like too hard. I mean, you've got the pre-planned activity and then you have to choose your destination, okay? So pre-planned activity and destination. Okay, once you've chosen your destination, an email, which I put in my last video, which I'll put here. So yeah, that's the document in regards to that. So yeah, I had to go to London for mine, which, I mean, obviously if you know where I live, then it's kind of hard. I live on the Isle of Wight, and from there it's a bit of a distance, I'm going to be honest. It's not exactly, you know, but yeah, so that's that. And then after checking destinations, you have to get there really, and then what you'll do is you will get like a few follow-up emails, and then the day before you actually go, so yeah, this is free. The day before you actually travel, one of the members of TUI will give you either a phone call or probably like an email, just to really check on you, really, just to see if you're okay, you've got everything, you know, you've got your pre-planned, you know where you're going, you know, they'll probably give you like a little map anyway that you can print off, and just like a little location of where it actually is. So yeah, it was a bit it was a bit out of the blue because I was filming my my other video. And suddenly I got a call, and I was like, oh no, oh! I was like, oh god. But yeah, I think it went okay. And then the day of the interview, you're obviously, depending on where you live, you get to the interview destination, and then they do ask you to be at least like 10 minutes early. I got there around like 15 minutes early, I think, or, you know, 10, something like that. For me, now this is going to be what I went through. So
My journey.
It might be different for you due to your destination. Ooh. Pardon me. It might be completely different for you because obviously my destination was in London, Lambeth, and you know, your journey is obviously going to be a little bit different to mine. So, disclaimer, this is not exactly how your day will go, but near enough around that, I'm gonna say. Not 100% sure because I've only been to one, but this is my experience basically. Whether you take it on the chin or not, that's completely fine. Okay, right, I got in and I had to go up like a lift, and by the way, I didn't even mention, I had like a massive suitcase with me, okay? And don't ask why, I'm one of them people, I need to take like a suitcase wherever I go, or some sort of bag that I know I can have everything in. I didn't realise that we did not have to take our entire unit folder, okay? So I stupidly took my massive folder. I like brought so much other stuff that I didn't even need. I just needed my bit of paper, right, with my qualification grade, and then like the other bit of paper behind that with the modules on the bit of paper. I didn't need my actual modules, which of course I brought them, didn't I though? Yeah, of course I did. Of course. Another thing, I brought way too many clothes with me. Apart from that, took my suitcase, took a big bag, and after that I had to go into this room with lots of other people in it. I didn't know anyone, obviously. Wasn't from around there, so... And I looked really weird. I had this massive suitcase with me. I had to like stumble in this door. Crikey. I got looks. Of course I was gonna get looks. I brought a massive suitcase in. I don't even want to imagine from other people's perspective what it looked like. Just a girl with a massive suitcase coming in, like, excuse me. But yeah, that was that. And luckily, this person came up to me, just started talking to me. She basically was like, oh, hello, you're right there. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm just, you know, waiting. She asked, you know, what position am I looking for? And obviously I was like, oh, well, I'm here for the childcare rep. And she was like, oh, me too. And so I kind of stuck with her a little bit. And then by time went on, I learnt that most of the people there in the room were applying for like the holiday rep position. And it turned out that there was only four of us actually applying for the childcare rep. So the four of us kind of like found each other and kind of just like stood in like a little like just like a tiny little circle because we didn't really know what else to do. We were just like four of us together like talking. Finally the TUI members came out and were just like, you know, getting everyone's names and just telling them where to stand. And of course they were a little bit shocked because they looked at us and they were like,
Are you the only four here?
and we were like, yeah, we're the only four. And she was like,
Okay, we're gonna just, you know, give it a little bit longer just to see if people are running late, because you never know.
and we were like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. We were probably expecting at least 10 people. I mean, you know, you're gonna expect a few more people to turn up. What's the time? Yeah. No one turned up, so just us four.
They were like, okay, well, I mean, you know, time's gone on now, probably just take you into the interview room.
And we were like, okay, that's fine. This is where the interview process starts, so... interview process. This is what, you know, it might be different for you, but this is how it went for us and what we had to do. We got a snack, got a drink, because this is going to be the bit you need to know. We got sat down and there was about, I'm trying to think how many staff members there were now. 4 to 5, I can't remember exactly, but there was at least 4 to 5 staff members actually there present. They were just, you know, talking to us about the job and just, you know, why we've applied for it and just, you know, like basically just going through what the plan is for the day, give or take. So yeah, we started off just kind of sitting there and just talking really, you know, that they introduced all themselves and just told us who they were and how many years they've been at TUI, and you know, that was fine. I mean, it's good to get an insight of how many years a person has been in a certain job. After that, I can't exactly remember if we did our pre-planned activity or not first. I'm trying to think. I think we did. If I'm doing it in the wrong order, I'm sorry. I can't exactly remember. I was too nervous to really think. Like, it was so it was stressful. Like, the entire like experience day was just one big like nervous wreck. Like, I can't describe it. But yeah, so we got to do our pre-activity plan. Okay, so as there was only 4 of us, we had one of the TUI members of staff join in as well. They basically told us what we had to do. We had to pretend we were children. We had to, you know, engage in each other's story and basically just act as if we were like, you know, really interested and we wanted to learn the story and everything. We only did about 2 minutes of the actual story, when in the email they mentioned 5 minutes approximately, but it might be different where you are. Just depends. To be honest, that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Just to goof around and basically just pretend to be a child. I tried to hype up all the other applicants because, you know, you're also trying to look like you're involving yourself as well. Like, that's what I think they're looking for. Like, they're not just looking for the applicant, they're looking for all the others' appearance as well and how they act. So if you're getting involved, if you are acting your part really well, they're going to see that and they're going to be like, okay, they can act really well. That would be fantastic around children, you know. You've got to really just hype yourself up a lot. I just went into my work mode because I am a party host at the moment, so I basically just went into my party host mode and just went a bit crazy, and, you know, I didn't really think of anything else because that's how I normally am anyway. Second of all, we had to do a few group activities. So this involved one of the TUI members of staff giving us a task we had to follow. We had to create an activity by planning it out, first of all. We had to plan an activity and then we had to act upon the activity. So our agenda was spy. It was like spy. So we had to plan an activity involving around spy children and like how we would work as a team. They wanted to look at how the applicants could plan an activity, run through the activity, and also work as a team. As there was only 4 of us, okay, sorry about that. They did want us to work as a team because then we got to all show each other how we work together, really. It was very fun. It was it was stressful, but it was worth it. It was so fun. It wasn't really like it wasn't even like, it didn't feel like an interview. It just felt like you were going for like, I don't know, like a trial job. Like, it wasn't like bad. It wasn't like scary, or it was just a bit nerve-wracking. That's the best way I can describe it. They told us we can go for lunch, and once we return from lunch, they were either going to tell all of us all together, if, you know, one by one, if we've made it into the second half of the interview, and for the ones that haven't, they can go home after lunch. I was like, whew. We all kind of just took a bit of a step back and we're like, okay, that's fine. But holy Jesus, Mother of Lord, luckily we all got through, and I'm so glad we did, because I met so many amazing people. Literally, even though there was only 3 people I met, they were all so lovely, and just, I'm so glad. Got to the second part of the interview. They basically just told us a day in a life of what you would be doing. They then just told us, you know, terms and conditions, what we get, what we don't get. Free accommodation, free dinners, you get a work visa, health insurance, bank holidays, and you can get holidays off. You get a wide range of pros working for TUI. After that, I believe we did one more group activity. They would call us 2 at a time. So they've called the first 2 in, and then they called me and another girl in. We had to show how we would cope with confrontation from a parent, or how to talk to an older child. We got given like a scenario and we had to talk to one of the TUI staff members as if they were angry parent or a teenage girl we had to talk to. After that, we all got called in, and basically one by one we had to just go and talk to one of the TUI members for a little one-to-one questionnaire / interview. And oh my god, some questions she asked, I thought I completely messed up, and I think that's the only thing that I properly struggled with, was with the mini interview. After that, they gave us a little insight.
What we'll do is we'll call you in 3 to 5 business days if you have got the job or if you haven't.
If you're successful, they will call you and tell you that basically you've got the job. They will also call you if you haven't got the job. So they will call you to let you know, your feedback and what you can do to improve if you do ever want to go for another another job, which means you have to talk to an interviewer. Interviewer? Yeah. Obviously when they said that, I was like, oh my god, so I'm either going to get a call if I've got the job or if I haven't. Of course on the way home I was worrying, oh my god, I messed this up. I could have answered that better, but when you're in that situation, you kind of just, you don't really think. That's the most important thing to remember, is got to take like a deep breath. I tried my best. I was like, okay, well, can't really do much. I tried it, whatever happens, happens really. The day after, it was the 31st of January, and went about my day, was talking to people about the interview and just how it went, and I'm nervous to get a call in the next few days and all that. I don't really want it to be bad news, and I know, got to around 5 o'clock, I'd say, around that, and I got a call. I did not expect it to be anyone from TUI or anything. I did not expect it at all. So I just was like, hello, who's this? And they were like,
oh, it's this person from TUI, how did your experience go?
And I was like, oh my god, yeah. It's not now, is it? No, not now. I was like, oh yeah, like it went alright, I mean, And she was like,
well, that's fine, you've got the job.
And I was like, what? But yeah, I was like, what? I got the job! Oh god. So yeah, I would say that's everything really. You've just got to really be yourself. If you want it that bad, you've just got to act like, it's like the most important thing you're ever going to achieve. If you want something, you've got to take it. This year, I told myself, I said, Sadie, this year is no regrets, and I started that by applying on January the 4th, I think. I'm going to be honest, I am so just grateful. Like, I am grateful for this opportunity. I'm so excited. I was so excited to start. Yeah, that's it really. So yeah, I hope if you do apply for TUI, then I hope this video helped in some way. I don't know if it will. It probably doesn't make any sense, but it's hard to describe it. You've just got to live for it. That's all about the interview, and yeah. But anyway, yeah, if you did enjoy the video and if it did help you, I'm glad. If you are interested, don't forget to subscribe for more. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment your thoughts down below. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!